Greetings, YouTube. One of my favorite things about this community is finding summoners that are not afraid to buck the trend of ranking up traditionally bad, trash, meme champions. And so we've seen people rank up summoners, summoners have ranked up and used effectively champs like Satan herself, Kamala Khan, or, Spidey Gwen. So I love when I have people reach out to me, and I encourage you to reach out to me if you've done that. If you've taken a champ that you feel like is disrespected by YouTubers, including myself, I will not be offended if you say, Prof, you don't know anything about this champion, because here's a video that will prove to you how good they are, because I want more people to get excited about champions that aren't as good as the traditional quote-unquote god-tier champs, because chances are you're not going to pull those champions most of the time. You're going to be pulling these lower-tier champs, and you either can wait to rank up those champs until you have issues like expiring tier 2 alphas, or you can just say, screw it, screw Prof, screw all the other tier lists. I'm going to do what I want with the champions that Kabam gives me. And such is the case of today's video. Carl Silky Wilkie, I love that name, has basically sent over to me through the Line app. I download this video. I tried to edit it a little bit, but no matter what, the quality is still a little grainy, so I apologize for that. But I think it's good enough for how I'm basically combining the commentary with the video overlay to show you at least how to stack armor breaks and make Netflix Daredevil a really valuable champion in certain fights, including what you're about to see with Iron Man Infinity War, with which I believe, it's hard for me to talk today because I've already talked for 3 hours at the time of recording this. It's hard to believe, but actually this guy can, with the armor breaks, be really effective against a very tough defender. So we're going to go ahead and hit play, and you'll just see an interesting amount of counters. And he's got, Killmonger in his squad, but in this case, he has brought in a champion that he feels is the most effective to counter Iron Man Infinity War, a very difficult defender, and somebody that can just be a huge pain, especially when you stack up his armor. So you'll notice, yes, he's got that armor up at the start, but then immediately Netflix Daredevil counters with an armor break and starts to stack them. And as those stacks happen, he's able to do a lot more damage than most people would, because you don't have to worry about the armor ups. He's also allowing himself the ability to not only bait the heavy with the heavy, but use his special one effectively with the stun to get mediums and heavies off in the same combo. And then when he's not doing that, he has a very effective ability to use dexterity to dodge all specials, including all Special 1 and Special 2s from Iron Man Infinity War, which, look, I realize those are pretty darn easy to evade, but it still takes patience and skill. This is a champion that is not going to be a traditionally good champion in, say, Alliance Quest or Alliance War, where you're fighting a 6-star that's noted up and you're going to time out. But this is a champion that if you fight really well, methodically, you have patience, you learn to dodge specials, you can take down really tough defenders like Iron Man Infinity War, as long as you're willing to not rush into a fight and make mistakes by, say, poor times on intercepts, or maybe you're just sick of holding block, and so you're trying to do something silly that usually gets people KO'd. So at this point, he's already had 42 hits on his combo, and he's caused almost 40% damage, down to below 60%, and he has barely taken 11% on what is traditionally a pretty darn tough fight in a very difficult amount of content in the game. Now you'll notice he continues to block, and then what's nice about Daredevil is that he does have a decently high amount of block proficiency, so he does take a lot of 0 on his blocks, as you're noticing, and that SIG 200, I'm sure, also helps him in a lot of ways with the armor breaks. But I'm a big fan of seeing this counter. Traditionally, I think this champion is terrible. I think that his brother, OG Daredevil, is way better, especially max SIG, when you guarantee yourself evading all projectiles. And now that he's a 6-star, it makes him even more effective. But it seems like this is like the Pidgey of MCOC. He's one of the common champions. Champs like him and Rhino, everybody has. And so you have to ask yourself, is this just going to be arena fodder, or I'm actually going to rank them up and try them out? And while I wouldn't recommend this for all fights, I think in this case you're just seeing how effective a really pain in the butt defender is when it comes to Iron Man Infinity War. And the patience that Mr. Carl Silky Wilkie has is truly impressive. Stacking those armor breaks, dodging the specials, rinsing, repeating, working until he gets into that assassin's damage range of about 18%. And here we go. Didn't land the stun that time in his special one, and he's kind of getting close to the wall, but he knows that he's just going to continue to back up. And one thing I do enjoy about dodging Iron Man Infinity War special one is that he actually kind of moves backward when he finishes off the animation, so that gives you a little bit more space to not be trapped into the corner like you would other champions. Like, boom, see how he dodged back? And that gives you a little bit more time to time these specials. Now he lands the stun twice. I do wish, like, I think Netflix Daredevil would be buffed if he was able to stack those stuns longer. It would be a really great skill for him to have, and I think more people would play with him if he could cause longer stun damage, but unfortunately that's not the case right now. But now we're to the assassin range of 10% health and just continuing to dodge those specials. Now over 100 hits on the combo meter, intercepts with the special 1, uses it along with some armor breaks, down to 3%, is not triggering the auto block, thank God, because we don't have to worry about stocking up those armor ups. And now it's just a matter of how does he want to finish him off. In this case, he's baiting the heavy with his own heavy, and there you go. Daredevil wins, and we have 109 hits on the combo and 0 hits taken. So Netflix Daredevil putting in some awesome work. Again, thank you, Mr. Carl Silky Wilkie, for sending this over. I apologize again for the quality not being perfect. I know it's a little fuzzy, but hopefully it still showed the effectiveness of a rank 4 SIG 200 Netflix Daredevil, something I never thought that I would say on my channel. And that's why I love waking up and checking the lineup and seeing all you great summoners out there who are using unique champions to have as good counters. That's something that we can pass on and hopefully give people more hope when they land, say, a Netflix Daredevil, where even if you never use them, you'll say, well, I saw that one video on Prof Hoff's channel. I know that he's not trash in all circumstances. He's just not the champ that I'm looking to rank up. So there you have it. Thanks again for the video, Mr. Carl Silky Wilkie, and otherwise, have a great day, YouTube. Thanks for watching.